Welcome to Veggies and Herbs. My name is Ruben Malale. Now in March we started the monthly planting and sowing series. Now the mission is to record and publish the process from seed to harvest. And so far the journey has been amazing. Just to give you some update as to what has been happening in the garden. So in March we got our hands dirty and we planted some carrots in this growing bag. They're growing quite nicely, and I think the next stage will just be to thin out the carrots to allow them to grow much better. And we also planted some spinach in this old container. They're growing vigorously, and just after 1 month we were able to already harvest some of the spinach leaves. Now last month we transplanted the seedlings that we started in March. Now I transplanted some cabbage and some other brassicas, and they're adapting quite well. We also started some carrots. We sowed some carrots and beetroot directly. They germinated quite well, and in future videos we will definitely thin it out much further. Now in this bag we planted some seed potatoes. They sprouted, and I think it's at this point in time that we need to fill up this bag with some potting mix or some compost just to maximize our yield. Now things do not always work the way we plan it, because in this section of the bed I planted some peas, but I noted after 14 days that they did not germinate, and I think I planted them so deep, so I just went ahead and I planted again. And I think that is one of the tips that you must take away, is to make sure to label and write the date when you plant the seed, so that after 14 days or so, when you note your seeds are not germinating, then you know it's an opportune time for you to reseed. But on the other side, my peas actually germinated quite well, so I will just grow these peas up these trailers. Now last month we also planted some garlic. They germinated quite well, and it's at this point in time that I went ahead earlier to just put some mulch. The ones that I planted previously, I think the compost dried out completely, but I managed to plant another round of garlic, so we'll just see if that garlic will germinate. Now for this month moving forward, my plan is to plant some broad beans. I will plant it directly. I will plant it approximately 20 centimeters deep and 30 centimeters apart. My plan is to plant approximately 12 plants. And it's just to know that broad beans are actually a long season crops. It can take up to 90 to 100 days before it is ready for harvest. But I also want to plant onion sets this time around. I tried to start my onion seeds earlier in March, but that was not successful. But I got some great advice from Crystal. Thank you, Crystal, for all the tips that you've shared in the comments. So I also would like to encourage all the other gardeners to feel free to share your tips in the comments, so that we can all sow and grow together. But this time around I've decided to take the easy way out. I managed to get these onion sets from a nursery. So onion sets are one of the easiest ways to actually grow onions. So onion sets are just small onions that has been grown the previous year, and then they get harvested, and then the next year the gardeners can plant these onions. So the benefit of starting onion sets is that you will be able to shorten the period. You will be able to harvest the onions much quicker. So it's the first time that I'm actually trying out onion sets. But it's just important to know that the onion set, there is the root section that you will bury into the ground, and according to the label you must bury it approximately 2 centimeters and space the onion sets approximately 8 centimeters apart. So I will just plant some of these onion sets in my garden, and I will also want to interplant it with my brassicas just to keep some of the pests at bay. Now with regards to the seeds that I will be starting indoors, I'm planning to start some celery. Last year I managed to get my celery seedlings from a nursery, because according to literature it appears that celery is quite a finicky plant to grow. But I saw this variety and I thought, let me give it a try. So I will start this indoors, and I will transplant it once the seedlings the seed has developed adequately. So according to the label, it should germinate within 7 to 14 days. And I think the unique part and the nice part about this celery is that it will bring some color into the garden. So this month I will just plant another round of brassicas. My plan is to plant again some different varieties of cabbage. I'm also planning to plant again some cauliflower, some broccoli, just add some different varieties, as well as some of the beetroot. Now the intent is to have some backup seedlings available just in the event that something goes wrong. You know, pests can attack your plants, and just in case something goes wrong, then I know I have additional set of seedlings that I can use. But the same items that I've recommended for the last month, I think will still be suitable for this month if you want to maybe start off peas, as well as some onions and spinach. Those crops can definitely also be started off in May. So when it comes to the items that we started last month, they actually germinated quite well. At the moment, I have some bed that I need to clear up. I'm currently growing some butternut in that section. So once that has actually, I've harvested this butternut here, then I will clear out this plant and plant the seedlings in this bed. So I will not be planting these seedlings in this episode, but during the course of this week, I will be transplanting the seedlings, and I will give you a update in the next video. If you want to know the planting strategies that I will be following, you can click on this video and check out winter planting strategies. Keep on sowing and growing. Cheers.